Ain't it beautiful? When we smile, it's a musical. An act of revolution, and the stage is a human one. Some people spend their lives wearing the costume when the script is Sanskrit in the palms of our worship. The same hands we go to work with, the same hands we go to work with. Put the real work in. Meditation and stillness, so your focus is the realest. Screaming from the outskirts when your voice is the clearest. Wishing for answers inside of elections, when justice was just born right inside your reflection. Here we stand, survivors of Holocaust, oceans of bodies bound and lost. Our dreams swam across, found the will to still live at all costs. The true mastery is self, honoring tears, loving the mirror beyond your greatest fears. A small army traveling beneath your skin, walking alone if you need to. The revolution's within. Our bodies birth suns, wrapped around Earth's axis, spinning the way people do when change is necessary action. Our ancestors saw us in the future, imperfect, perfect beams of light, a sacred prophecy of what's possible. Be still and still the night. We are centuries of grace, the internal uprising, the creation of race. The spiritual warfare is the one you can win. An army of angels begin where we end. We beautiful broken, warrior ready in soulhood. The wish and the wish you would. The daughter of drums, spangled banners. We are the tearing down, a falling together. Our cosmos, our scars, a subtle peace. Ain't it a miracle to simply feel safe? Asada, Muhammad, Jesus, Harriet, Fanny, Martin, Sojourner.
Rakia Boyd, Ayana Jones, Oscar Grant III, Timothy Stansbury Jr., Romarley Graham,
Amadou Diallo, Sean Bell, Danroy Henry, Jonathan Farrell, Chantel Davis, Alinda Barlow, Tamir Rice, Akai Gurley, Victor Steen, Kendrick McDade. I am Jordan Davis, Wendell Allen, Ronald Madison. Renisha McBride, Kimani Gray, to be brown every day. I enjoy being brown, especially if my skin rips. I am thinking about brown, and I'm thinking about what color I am, but I have to be myself. You have to be happy of who you are. Who you are. Who you are.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to fight for freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
And protect one another.
We must love and protect one another.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
We have nothing to lose but our change.
I just think that it's kind of crazy how we're born and then we're just expected to like live and get on with life. Like the reality is it's really not that easy and we're all really fucking trying, and sometimes I just let myself be sad about it, because we can't always have it all put together. But I'm trying, man. I'm really trying.
And you won't understand. On a very sunny Thursday morning, you took the train. You haven't parked on no parking zone. Actually, you don't even own a car. The policeman will tell you that's exactly where the problem is. You should be owning at least 2 of them to even be considered in our society. You have no value whatsoever, so you have to pay a fine. £100 now, or 200 in a week. You'll ask, why do you have to pay if you own less than others? It's very simple, he'll answer politely. Have a look around. All these skyscrapers are full of people who are trying to shine like those windows. They've only got 1 car, but they want to look like they have 2. They respect the laws of evolution. You don't. Without them, you'd still be sleeping in trees and eating raw fish by the riverside, not in a sushi bar. You'll be dressed in your hair. Actually, speaking of clothes, he'll say, these aren't good enough. You need to pay £30 if you want to go back home with those shoes. Also, he'll add, by signing here, you state that you'll promptly get changed as soon as you get home if you want to leave your house again. You'll look at him and ask, what's wrong with my clothes? You didn't spend enough money on them, so you need to pay now, he'll explain. You look at your trousers and you'll ask, what would happen if you decided not to do any of this nonsense? Well, you follow me to the headquarters, and for this question, you owe me another £20. He'll reply, resting his right hand on his baton. According to the policeman, you slept by the riverside and you caught fishes with your bare hands. It might not have been you or your father, probably not even your granddad. But there's a small diamond buried in the core of your brain, and also in your dad's and granddad's. That's what makes you able to catch fish using only your hands. It's £1 for every minute I wait for your answer, he'll state. He'll write numbers on his tablet, thinking that you might have a screw loose. You might be entirely wrong. Meanwhile, you're having flashbacks to your life by the river. And then suddenly, you reconnect your nerves to that small cerebral diamond of yours that makes you compete with the fish's reflexes. And you find it's a lot easier to compete with the reflexes of a policeman and grab his weapon with your bare hands. 5 minutes later, you'll be free. You'll be watching the skyscrapers above you. You'll realise that you live in the finest city in the world. You'll almost feel sorry about having to leave it, but you'll have no other choice. You'll be your own city. Your skin will be your borders, and a baton encrusted with human teeth will be your flag.
political simply because I'm a black woman.
Never in my doggone life have I ever ran from a fight. And I ain't running now. What you say? That's what I thought. Trying to call the police on somebody for eating ice cream. Going to the park. Hanging out. Graduating. Looking at me sideways. Is you out your mind? Or is you crazy? You better put your money on another pony jack, cause I ain't the one. I will let you know about yourself, and I will embarrass you in front of God and everybody. Now what? What you gonna do?
so we all is. I got a bullet stuck in my heart. Officer, may I ask, is my skin too dark to be a part of the whole? My body breaks like a doll, hollow injustice, lies I follow. Cast a light over the shadows as I rap wicked tricks and multivision. Who built the walls? It's time for total demolition. Overpopulated prisons, no place for individualism. We the human race are burning on high stakes. Strange fruits replacing the truth as it glazes our eyes, disguising the evils that thrive in a crisis. Viruses hiding their faces, they hide and who dies. When they hide it's too late, 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 when they hide.
Tragedy all over the screen like William Shakespeare. spirit blaze. Disease, degrade, increase, grenades, disease, the AIDS I seize today. Like wait, I fade away, I pray today, cause life is crazy. Jazziest for hard knocks. They want us crucified with stones and hard rocks. Hey bitch, calm down, what the fuck happened? Stop fucking screaming, what happened? They killed the homie. The police? The police killed him? They just killed the homie, cuz. Aight, cuz, swing that car around, cuz, bro, that chopper. We finna kill these motherfuckers, nigga.
CR, we are VR, sleeping the snooze. Peeking the deacons, keeping the rules. Creeping the room, she's sneaking cheeks. Finna doom cats kidding me. Lil' cats kill literally. How these cats talk bigotry like an avatar forest. The machine talk Jarvis. Whatever they hand you, it'll be Yarish. Your hand stuck in the cookie jar. Hold on to the sweet shit, beef shit. Green jackets, the old cats. Feel a eclipse. Blacks cover the white light. Cats stuck in the twilight. Wildlife, see the wise life stuck in hindsight. Side bright, recatch up. It's monumental, no monument. Mind you, what's in my mind, intertwine you, sign you in. Don't get no autograph and patches, just collapse you. But the wealth from Cleopatra. Perhaps you sleep in your mattress, weak, stuck like a statue. Is that you geeks? We attack you. Don't act too street, we gon' ask you. Is this a cop out? Bring the cops out, bring the pigs, you see the pigment. We depict the indigenous people, dig it. Hold on to life, we don't go for the house of rep. They done trapped us in the alphabet. Our alphas can't get out the net. Net ball and imaginary goal. Shot clock, what's your net worth? Chris Webber, Deep Webber, time out, mom's house, etymology, mortgage, die route. Be lesbian, buddy, you better study. Buddy holes on this money roll, buddy code. They gon' pay for taking my brother. Nah, say we need one mic and they shot the brown one. Y'all done forgot the brown with a new white mic. Rocking a nightgown, it's ancient. They covered his past with his kid blanket. Y'all sleep, y'all don't see how the image changed. Remember the time, nigga, I'm here to remind niggas we king.
They have to call you the N-word to be racist, you know, or to... It's a much deeper conversation, right? Like, everybody should own their masters. If major labels want to do deals with artists to partner with them, great, partner with me, but don't own me. You're not, trust me, that, those contracts, they tell you that they want to own the master, and then every copy thereof is a slave. Mm-hmm.
Has a republic or democracy or monarchy, it's malarkey. Don't mind me if I seem a little off key or I sing a little off key. But when we're on keys, we can unlock things. Souls freed, otherwise held hostage. On the ebony and ivory with the heart of a Gnostic but hands of a locksmith. A pharmacist, a prescription for the toxic, eating away at our subconscious. 8-ball in a corner pocket, 8-ball on a corner carpet. How can we stop it when the cops and the robbers, money is their religion, they follow the same prophets. So don't mind me if I seem a little off key or I sing a little off key. But once we're in tune, we can conduct the cosmos. Conductor of the orchestra, conductor of the Underground Railroad. Don't you see the kick, the thump, the heart, the crashing cymbals as symbols of shields? No Captain America, no cap in America. If you're black and the finger snap, fade the black in America. So don't mind me if I seem a little off-key, or I sing a little off-key. More than mere melody, using horn and string to quarantine from a disease that sees us as less as human and more as things. So we don't play music, we pray music. Those same nooses hang useless, raise the dead like Jesus did. We don't play music, we pray music. Vivid, lucid dreams let loose in the pure hearts with divine acoustics. We lay blueprints at the blue note. I come from a people transmuted, transformed by song. Until the musicians are translucent, until you see through them and see through this and bear witness to the oneness that from nothingness brought forth all of existence. So don't mind me if I seem a little off-key, or I sing a little off-key. It's more than mere melody, I'm in tune. We're in tune.
You hold heaven on your shoulders. You make speech in a symphony. You make hands not enough. You make hands not enough. You turn irises to oceans. I got lost in the reverie of folds and emotions. Life in the in-between. You make words not enough. All these words not enough. I've been dreaming about the days I get to love you. I hate leaving. Count the days now till I'm back to you. You keep dancing through solid objects like my heart. I put signs up in all the places we're apart. I see flowers in all the times I get to taste you. I hear God inside of you laugh and know she made you. When I'm with you, I know no one can erase me. The only time that I feel like what they name me. Let's sit down for dinner. Please tell me all there is. You make dresses look like sculptures. You make rings look like royalty. You hold heaven on your shoulders. You make speech in a symphony.